Welcome, welcome. It's Mud Dog with the Texas Space Navy bringing you another Star Citizen video. And this week we are talking about Inside Star Citizen from Thursday, March 23rd. I know I'm a couple days late. I just had some things come up personally, you know, dogs, family, etc. I was just not able to get the video out in time. So hopefully you guys still enjoy the video. And if you haven't seen CIG's Inside Star Citizen, it'd be a good idea to actually go watch it, because the information I'm going to give you is kind of going to be a high level. Well, I don't even know if you want to call it high level. It's definitely going to be a summary, and they go into much more detail on what you can expect in the video. Now, there are several documents out there that you can also find on Tractor Beam Play, and I mean, they're quite a bit older, but it still fits. They haven't changed any philosophy that I know of from those previous documents that they have brought out. So, as you know, this is all about tractor beam gameplay, whether you're doing handheld tractor beams or ship-based tractor beams. Right now, the way that tractor beams work is you can use them to move boxes, bodies, weapons, that sort of thing. You can also use it to pull yourself towards a ship or a building or whatever. If the mass is way more than you are, then you can use it to pull yourself along in 0G. There you could see them using it as a weapon to knock people off of their pedestal or whatever, but you could also get crushed under one of these boxes if somebody drops one on top of you or hits you a certain way. It's always been an issue if you're moving boxes around with a group, that you get smacked with a box and it could potentially kill you. So keep that in mind when you're moving crates and boxes around. Here you can see how they're using it to pull themselves along behind the ship. As the ship flies through, they were kind of able to like surf behind it by pulling themselves along with the tractor beam. Something they don't ever talk about, I think they should, is I know in the future they plan on making these handheld tractor beam guns run out of battery. You're going to run out of battery using these things, so you're going to have replacement batteries. It's going to suck. Right now they've got a lot of use, which is great, but in the future it'll have a limited amount of use before it runs out of battery. So like the Gray Cat multi-tool that you see here will be great for moving a few things, but you're going to really want this specialized Gray Cat tractor beam tool in order to move a lot more things, and bigger cargo crates as well. To me, it should, since it's bigger, it's more dedicated to tractor beams, or tractor beam gameplay. It should be able to carry much heavier objects. Now, you're probably not going to move a ship around. You might be able to move a Dragonfly or a Nox, something like that. And what they're going to show here in a near future of this video is that you're going to be able to move components as well, and ship weapons. So I think they said the largest ship weapon right now that you can move is a size 6, which is pretty impressive. That's a big ship weapon, a really big one. And there's not a lot of ships that have size 6s in the game currently. I mean, there's a handful of them that can mount size 6. So again, that's pretty impressive that you're going to be able to move something that big with just a little Gray Cat multi-tool. So yeah, you'll be able to move the cargo boxes around. You'll be able to move components. You'll be able to move weapons. You'll be able to move like individual missiles so that you can load them back on your ship. Things like that. That's the next set of gameplay, and they have it set for 3.19. So the next big patch, which we should be getting hopefully by Invictus. I don't know if it'll come that soon. It may be June before we get it, but you should get this more advanced tractor beam gameplay. Now, they have been working on the Argo SRV. Will it be ready in time for 3.19? I don't know. But here you can see it at work pulling along a Valkyrie, just being like a little tow truck, pulling along a pretty good sized ship in the Valkyrie. I'm honestly shocked that they're going to let us move a ship that size because of the way that they said that the SRV would work. Eventually, you'll have to get a second SRV with a tractor beam to help pull or push bigger ships around. I'm glad that one single SRV can move a Valkyrie. I really am. I think that that's good, because they were saying you're gonna need like 4 or 5 to move an Idris. That to me is more reasonable, but I don't know. I guess it would depend on the size of the tractor beam, the mass, etc. But yeah, I mean, 4 or 5 of them, that's a lot. It makes sense to me, as long as it's scalable down, which, you know, the Valkyrie for one tractor beam on an SRV makes sense too in that regard, I would say. Anyways, so you can see here there's a push-pull dynamic with the tractor beam. People have been making like little games to use with the handheld tractor beams. Here's the like tractor beam rifle, if you want to call it that. It's holding a freaking Aurora in place. Now, I don't know if they're going to actually let you do that. It seems to be bad balance, but maybe with the rifle, you know, I don't know. The better way that they're going to use it is with these components, being able to open component housing on a ship, a live or a dead ship, and the tractor the component out of the housing and into your ship, and even switch the components out with the tractor beam in your own ship as well. That is next level gameplay, and I'm looking forward to some of that. Although the game is going to get more complex, it's going to get more tedious. So for those who think the game is too complicated already, I mean, you're in for a world of newness, a world of complexity when this game gets closer to a finalized state. I know in the comments you're all going to say, finalized state, it should have been there 8 years ago. Well, why isn't it done now? It's not even close being done now. It may be, but you know, it is what it is, and that's the gameplay we have right now. So we just have to deal with it. Eventually, it'll come back online. I know there's some naysayers out there that don't think the game's ever going to be completed. I'm not one of those. I disagree with that. I think the game will be completed. I do love seeing how you're going to be able to rotate these objects using the tractor beam as well. So you don't have to just kind of fumble around to try to get them to where you want it to go. You'll be able to place it much more precisely than you can right now with like the placement tool or even the tractor beam tool that we have now in the game. So that's pretty much what this whole episode was about, was tractor beam gameplay. Again, they talk a lot about the handheld tractor beam and a little bit about the ship tractor beams. I think when the SRV comes along, we'll see a lot more on ship tractor beam gameplay, as that's going to be the main function of that particular ship. So let me know in the comments down below if you enjoyed this Inside Star Citizen, if you caught it. If you didn't catch it, let me know what you think about what you see here in the video, removing components and weapons and things like that. Or is that something that really interests you? Is that something that you think is pretty cool? Are you going to be a pirate and you want to strip out some weapons from some pirate ships and throw them on your ship? Or you know, you're going to be a salvage guy and you want to collect a bunch for your org or for yourself? Let me know in the comments down below. I really do appreciate everybody that's been tuning in to the videos here lately. I know I didn't get one out this week. Been super busy. I do apologize. Still looking for a job, so thoughts and prayers, please be with me on that. I do appreciate it. And if you want to check out my Patreon and my YouTube members, certainly appreciate everybody who does that. With that said, I'm Mud Dog with the Texas Space Navy, and I'll see you out in the verse.